Greetings, citizens of the Imperium. Welcome to a very special series of Let's Paint. I'm your host, Trooper 6, and in front of me, we have a little Primaris Marine. And this episode is, this series is basically coming to you, not from this person, but because of this person. So a quick shout out and thank you to TokenHobbist. As you can see, I had some. I had some custom decals or transfers made for this show, and because of that, we have a brand new Successor chapter. So why don't we get things started? And we're going to start in a very different way. We're going to grab some new mummy robes. That's right. This one has a mixing ball in it. And we're going to dry brush certain parts of it because of the specific color scheme that we have going on here. And I want to use mummy robe and not matte white. But I want to make sure that we get things not chonky. Not chalky, but not chonky. So, with this specific color scheme, as you guys already saw from the thumbnail, it's going to require some finesse. Not too much finesse, so if anybody's like, oh, I don't know if I can do a specific scheme, you can do it. You can do it. Don't even. I don't want to hear any of this, I don't know if I can do it. I know you can. I know you can. All right, if I can do it, you can definitely do it. Might as well get that banner as well. Well, we'll just cover the pauldron right now. Make sure everything looks nice and even. And there we go. So the pauldrons, of course, are going to have this white base. This white trim. They're going to have a white trim, and they will be black. We're going with a very classic, I guess, color scheme. I don't know, a very stereotypical color scheme, I guess, is what you could say. You know, I like black, white, and red. I would say that I wear those colors often. Honestly, I think I just wear black and gray and white the most. There might be hints of red. You know, maybe with what I decorate myself with. And I was going to use a Mark III Marine. But when I was considering the possible lore for these guys, I was like, you know, I can't use a firstborn body. And I know it really doesn't matter if, you know, my choice here. It's these parts that might be the problem. So the two plates over the vents are also supposed to be white. Alright, maybe it won't be that big of a problem. Huh? I thought it was going to be a problem. It is apparently not going to be a problem. Not going to be as big as a problem as I feared it would be. Maybe. I don't know. I'm slightly out of it. Very tired. Very tired. I didn't get to bed until after 12. And it was just a busy night being up tending to the children whenever they needed. Various reasons. That is just rubbing the paint off instead of applying the paint. That's annoying. Okay. Get another layer. Inside doesn't need too much, but try to get that trim. Alright. I know we usually start with the soft parts of the armor, and we did not this time. It's because we're just not going to do that. The last thing that I was going to paint white was, surprisingly, the chainsword. That's right. He's going to be rocking a white chainsword. Why? Why the hell not, man? Need a little bit more. We've gotten better with our paint control. Well, I say that now. We'll see. This will require a couple of coats. And then we are going to probably use a little bit of a slap chop technique here due to the contrast paints that we will be using. So the red, and I spent some time thinking about this. I was like, man, what color am I really going to use when it comes to my color scheme? Well, I try to differentiate between the words and the phrases of color scheme and, I guess, color theme. I don't know. Basically, the color scheme in my mind is how the colors are going to play out across the model. So, like, where is everything going to land? Where is everything going to land me? Now, what's going to be red? What's going to be black? What's going to be gray? What's going to be, metal? Anything like that, honestly. And it helps to use whatever system you really can, like any apps that you might have. I think I use MCAT. I think I said that right. MCAT to get a feel for the color scheme. As like I said, I usually want things in a specific way, specific patterns. I'm really hoping that this quote-unquote slap chop technique will pay off for us. I don't know if it will. I really don't know. It probably would work a little bit better if I had a black model and I was doing all this. But it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We do not need things to be perfect. We just need things to be right. Perfection is something best left for the dreamers of Slaanesh, for the plebs of Slaanesh. And that's coming from someone who's basically been labeled as a perfectionist. I don't know if I'm a perfectionist. I have been called such in my life, yes. Because I don't know, hold myself to certain standards, I guess. Not all the time. I feel like that'd be just too extreme. But no, I've held myself to standards that apparently I just couldn't meet. So I was like, I don't know what to do here. I guess anybody would say, well, you're just being harsh. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Get on there. Alright. But very specific color schemes that we're going for this model. This dry brushing has almost gotten out of hand. This is a bit of a kit bash, as you can see. I took something from the Black Templar's High Marshal, or the Marshal, sorry. The backpack decoration, of course. I took that and I changed the skull out so it doesn't have the cross on it. I did that a long time ago and just haven't done anything with the model since. It's been quite a while. And if anybody can see right there, I do have a bunch of transfers. We have a bunch of these. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, we got a bunch of these transfers because I'm a little extra, as you can see. I usually have at least 2 or 3 more wristbands on me. So, you're just going to have to bear with me on that one. Alright. Don't worry. I'm doing something to these inner ankles. So if you guys want to paint along with this one is very key. And you'll see what I'm doing here a little later. But the inner ankle is white. Alright. Alright. It's okay that we have been slapping the leg there just a little bit. It's okay. It is not a big deal. And I did break out a brand new brush. I had a pack that I'd been waiting for. And I was going to wait until Season 4. However, I figured given the circumstances of this a very special marine, that we were going to say, screw it! And I opened up that pack anyway. And I feel good about it. It's alright. I feel good about it. What we really should do is take our dry brush. We're going to take our dry brush again. We're going to lighten up. We're going to dry brush on the base. Since I forgot to just go ahead and do that. Because I was trying to think of contrasting for the base. I almost went with blue. I did it for my Angel's Resplendent Apothecary. I did it for him. And I was thinking about doing it again. And I was like, So I was trying to think of all aspects of this model, really. So I'll have a more or less red marine here. And then the little helmet. The helmet on his base is actually taken from the Slaanesh kit. Or the Emperor's Children kit. And yeah, if that's going to be purple and white for our Night Lords, I figured we probably should just go with something else. So we're getting out the Skeleton Horde, and we're going to do the base with Skeleton Horde. And we do the dry brushing because the Skeleton Horde is kind of like a flesh wash in a way. It is a contrast paint. Alright, so we will absolutely state that and let that be known for the record. Excuse me. This is a contrast paint, and just the way it works, it kind of feels like an oil in a way. You know, it very much stains things, even though I've said that before when it comes to contrast paints, how it definitely stains the model, whatever color that you're doing. And oh man, speaking of like that, I've mentioned it before. You don't get the prettiest color, but if you use Imperial Fist yellow over gray, ooh, buddy, you do not get gray. I'm sorry, you do not get yellow. Well, yeah, obviously you're not getting gray either. Man, you really don't get a yellow out of that. Because the yellow is not, it's usually there staining the white, and man, is there nothing to stain. So if you want a unique color, you could try doing something like that. And we're going to let that breathe as that. Now, when it came to the red, as I've mentioned before, what the hell red was I going to go with? Obviously, I'm going to go with Flesh Terror's red. Why? Well, if you've been paying attention, you know my chapter are the Flesh Terrors. Those are my boys. I started off as a Blood Angel fan. And that quickly deteriorated or evolved, however you want to look at that, into being a Flesh Terror fan. Flesh Terror struck me as just way more my speed. The anger. I was about to say the frustration and all that. Yeah. Because, again, I know I've said it before. It's not like I have anger management issues, but damn. Your boy has been an angry boy. And I'm not sure I like this brush right now. It's been so long since I've painted with new brushes that I forgot what they're like. And it's just not working the way I want it to work. It is just not working how I want it to work. I'm getting tired of these ads. I'll tell you that. Of course, I've got some music on in the background. It's going to be that Connects Lost Minds video game music. Love it, love it, love it. If you guys ever look that up, I'm pretty sure that the views are still within the 100s. And I'm responsible basically for half of that. Because I'm insane. And I listen to things over and over. I mean, everybody does shit like that. Especially when you find something new. Oh yeah, you play the hell out of it. I know you do. Everybody does that. Yeah, we're probably going to switch back to our haggard-ass brush. Look at us. We were trying to be fancy. And we can feel it in our bones. Don't bother being fancy. Do not bother. It's not the most honest thing to do with ourselves. What is the most honest thing to do with yourself? Is to just be yourself. So we're going to get out our haggard-ass brush. And then we're going to realize that we shouldn't have been painting with the red anyway. We should have been painting with the black. Soft parts, soft parts, soft parts. So, we will remedy that. And you will get to see some of that. Oh man, actually we're already at 19 minutes. To keep these episodes somewhat in line. Right. We will cut it here. So, what do we know? We're going to have white for certain accents, like the trim, for the centerpiece back here, for the top of the vents. I'm also going to go with bone for that knee, which I forgot to paint. We're going to go with Flesh Terror red, Black Templar black, and we'll see you guys on the next round. Stay happy and healthy. Maybe we'll get to some lore. What do you say about that? Good answer. All right, I'll see you then. Peace. Wait. May the Void Father guide your brush. Alright. Later.